Hi guys, this is Vijay. To continue with the generative AI series, so this is the second series where I'm going to discuss that how to troubleshoot the network using the generative AI. Okay, so it can be, your network production issues for the lab. It can be various type of scenario. So in this lab, we will utilize that Chat GPT. So in the last session, we have utilized that Google Gemini. We can utilize the Chat GPT. If Chat GPT is not working for you, you can still use that Google Gemini also for the configuration. Okay. The problem is we have in the lab topology, if you see that here, we have a streaming server, which is a 4.4.4, which is not actually streaming, but we have a loopback address, which I'm configuring as a streaming server. And streaming server belong to the area OSPF area 1 is having an issue when I try to reach from area 0 from this router. If I'm trying to reach this streaming server, so certain users face that intermittent issue or issue indicate that the issue is not the consistent. Sometimes it dropped or froze about for 6 seconds before they resume. Okay, so this a kind of issue. How you gonna resolve that? Okay, so the statement is the people who have device located in OSPF area 1 of my network complaining the video viewed from the my streaming video server on my network seems to be frozen every 6 seconds. Okay, this video is stay frozen for 6 seconds before they resume. The pattern has been continue repeating based on the network diagram I have provided over here. What some troubleshooting steps advised on my switches and router to identify the root cause of the issue. Okay. So what I will do here is I will open the chat GPT. This is a problem statement I have. I have the lab also. Let me open the lab and show that what exactly is the issue. Okay. So if I see that here, let me open the my router. Router one is still initializing my process. What I will do here is I will do the certain no shut command. Um, interface, not interface. Config T. Do show IP interface brief. You will see that here gigabit 0/0 is shut down. So I need to no shut this interface. Interface gigabit 0/0 no shut. Okay. And I will say that do show IP interface brief. So IP interface brief is up. If I say the so IP OSPF neighbor, it should have OSPF with the router 2. So IP route, I should have the 4.4.4 routes from where? Or 0.0 route from where? From the different sites via the EIGRP, if you see that here. Not from EIGRP, but from the E2 router, the distributing router. Okay, I'm pointing towards the this one. The next hop, EIGRP is between the sites we are running. If I go to the R4 over here, uh, console, if I access the console of the R4, all right. If I see the so IP interface brief, I should have a 4.4.4, which is acting as a streaming server for me. If I see the so run and the so run command, if you see that here, this is the loopback address. Okay, and this loopback address uh, is advertised into the OSPF, and it has a default originated, which is pushing into the EIGRP. Okay, so if I open the R2 here, okay, in R2, if I say that so IP route, I should have a 0.0.0, sorry, a 1.1.1, 2.2. Also, all these things. So if I try to ping now, ping, 4.4.4.4 repeat is 5,000. Now, if you see that here, traffic is freezing for some time. After 6 seconds, if you see that here, again it will freeze. Again, it is freeze for 6 seconds. Then again, it works fine. So how to check that, to how to troubleshoot this? What I'm going to use here is I'm going to utilize Chat GPT here. Okay, I'm going to utilize the Chat GPT for the configuration check. So what I will do is I will upload this topology which I have in my network. This is the topology I have. I will upload this topology and I will uh, use this statement to ask the Chat GPT. I will use this statement to ask the Chat GPT. So what I will do here is upload a topology and I will ask this one, people who have reported, show me the commands to troubleshoot that. Show me the command to troubleshoot and how to troubleshoot that. If you see that, verify the redistribution since the network use both OSPF area 1 and EIGRP. Okay, OSPF is configured correctly between the R1 and R3. Okay, saying that check between the OSPF if it is properly working between R1 and R1 and R3. Okay. Also saying that check the matrix value. Also check that evaluate the interface, do the trace route, how the traffic is going. So the interface for bandwidth congestion over here for video streaming. So the EIGRP neighborship, say the CPU process, so the memory, check the spanning tree, check the policy map in the network for keywords check, check the streaming applications, inspect the streaming application, giving some suggestions, debug the OSPF, EIGRP, analyze the either or the logs. So these all the things you can run into uh, the devices to verify that what exactly going on. Okay, so I do not need to show that how to run this command. If you see that if I check that, so EIGRP, OSPF, so interface, all these things you can, even it is giving that where run that this command. Okay, on which router you need to check that the utilization and the errors. Okay, what's the command of that? So if I go to the my lab here, if I check the R2, so interface. So in R2, it's saying that what gig 0/1, right? In gig 0/1, it is saying that this packet received, there is a packet going, which is on the R2, nothing is dropping. Same thing if I check the R4, so interface. If there is any issue, what is the interface? 0/1. Okay. If I check the 0/1, uh, sorry, in 0/1, if you check here, what is saying that the packet has been, four broadcast packet has been received, and there is no issue with the interfaces. Okay, except the few things like broadcast packet is receiving, which is not the normal thing because broadcast should never receive on the interfaces. This is the layer 3 interfaces. Okay, so these kind of things you can always check that what exactly going on in the interface and how it should, you know, debug that, how you can debug this configuration, everything. Okay, so I hope this is useful for you, and just this the whole purpose of this video is to show that what exactly going on. If I troubleshoot this one R1, if I check that, so running configuration, and the running configuration, if you see that here, uh, the interface configuration, on the interface configuration gig 0/0, having a what command? EIGRP 0, hello interval, 100 to, and hello hold down timer. These are the two things. If I check with the R3 router, so R3 router should be also matching the same one because if EIGRP is mismatched, then you may have an issue with the network. Okay, so if I check here, R1 having an issue. R1 is connecting to the R3 with the EIGRP, and EIGRP saying that hello is 100 and 206 time hold down timer and hello interval timer. If I check the R3, R3 is saying what? There is a neighborship adjacency flag. That's the reason it is creating the issue. If I check the show running configuration for R3, and R3 saying that what? R1 having a 2 and 6, R3 having a 20 and 10. That's the reason if EIGRP is having an issue in this case, that's the reason it is getting freeze between the communication over here. Now, if I fix that yeah, either R1 and R3, it should start working fine. Okay, so if I go to the R1 and interface this one, oh, sorry, config interface gig 0 slash what was the interface 0, and if I copy this command, copy, and if I paste this to command, do show run, the EIGRP which was flapping should working fine. Yeah. So if I go to the R3, look here. So IP OSPF neighbor, so IP EIGRP neighbor. All the working fine. Okay. Now hold down IP in hello time interval and the hold down timer was the issue. So if I try to ping now between the here, look here. So if I go to that, I need to check some other issue also, because this is the one of the issue. There are a couple of issues which I've created over here. Okay, if I go to the chat GPT, what was showing over here? And if I go to the EIGRP, okay, saying that check the trace route, check the matrix, check the distribution, which is the fine, check the trace route, and check the utilization of the interface, which I've checked that. Okay, check examining the neighborship, which I have examined that, and this was the issue. Okay, and this penalty is working fine. I need to check some QoS policy, because this QoS policy I have applied for certain configuration. Okay, so yeah, this is how you find that configuration. If you want to give that, give me more commands. So it will give you a few more commands to troubleshoot that. Look here, saying that check the yeah, OSPF configuration, repeat the configuration from the do the trace route, check the configuration. So the summary, all this command again, it is repeating with the more better information. Check the multicast route if it is running for QoS. Check the PIM neighborship policy into policy QoS policy. Check on the interfaces. Check the rate interface. Uh, yeah, I mean a lot of configuration you can get it from here, right? So the whole purpose of this series is to show that how to do the troubleshooting using the topology, using the statement of the issues, and how you quickly you can get that help from the generative AI. You can use any tool, any of the generative AI for troubleshooting and the configuration purpose. Thanks for watching. The next series is going to be the how to do the automation, network automation with the generative AI. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.